So what's the key storyline from the Vikings-Packers game? It's not what you think. The Vikings played possibly their best game in a few years, maybe since 2020. They won 13 games last year. They didn't play a game this well. They were dominating. Other than their awful special teams, they played great. They dominated at Lambeau Field, on grass, outside, without their best player, without Justin Jefferson. That is the main takeaway from yesterday. You don't build your team around a wide receiver. You don't build your team around one player. You don't give a massive contract. You load up on more of these playmakers. Find these guys like Metellus and get more guys who are hungry, who want to hit, want to be physical, and make plays. You didn't have Justin Jefferson. You had a team. You had a team that was playing lights out. A team. That's what you need. That's the takeaway. Now, the other takeaway is Cousins is probably done. I was very sad when Cousins got hurt. I'd like to point something out, though. Like, this is not some Greek tragedy. I feel so bad for Kirk Cousins. I feel so bad. You know who I feel bad for? Myself. You know who you should feel bad for? Yourself. You're the one who's had to put up with this team, and Cousins putting up these big empty numbers. Finally, he has a game where he's just playing great, and he injures himself. I feel bad for myself. What I'm sad about is we had a game here that we could have just felt good about. Vikings won 13 games last year. I don't think I felt good after a single one of those wins. Maybe the Buffalo game probably was the only one. Every other win, it was like torture watching the game. And here's a game, it's just they're going to win. Sunday afternoon, they won at Lambeau. They looked good. They got to 500. We're going to feel good. And tears his Achilles. All the things we could have celebrated. You know, that Metellus interception was just so good. That Hawkinson touchdown and the pass from Cousins was so good. The Addison touchdown pass to go up 24-3, so good. And it's all gone. Now, it's not like the Vikings were playing flawless in every phase of the game. Their special teams were horrible. And that's something that has to be addressed. Like, you cannot, Greg Joseph is your kicker, you are not a very good organization. If you're okay with Greg Joseph at kicker for multiple years, you got problems. He missed 2 field goals that weren't even that long. The 1 field goal he made was a worse kick than the 2 field goals he missed. He kicked a kickoff out of bounds. And on 4th and 1, when the Vikings were trying to rush up to the line to keep the Packers from substituting and do a sneak, he came on the field, so they had to do another sneak to get the first down. Anyway, our awards for this week. Kevin O'Connell Award for radical outside-the-box offensive thinking. That's where the Vikings threw a screen pass to a guy who has some speed. A wide receiver screen to Addison. It was shocking that you don't throw that to the slowest person on your team. The Dalvin Cook Award for tackling yourself, that goes to Jordan Love, who just tackled himself. The Anderson Dejo Award for trying to injure one of your own teammates, that goes to Harrison Smith. Moab sighting, that was...
There's Love on first down, wide open, it's Reed.
And so I guess where do we go from here?
Where do we go from here?
Obviously, I think they should try to move on from Justin Jefferson, even though he's so fun to watch. It's like, you're not going to win if you invest everything in a wide receiver. You're not. Just give up. So they got to move on from him, move on from Cousins, become more of a team. I don't want them to tank. I don't think that's the answer to anything. I don't want to see them suck. I want to see them come together and keep playing. I want to see that defense get better. I want Taysom Hall, or Jaron Hall, once he's done watching his grandkids, to come in and maybe get some reps. I don't have any hopes for him, but let's just keep trying to win. I don't want them to trade for some reject quarterback from some other team. I don't want them to sign some reject free agent, washed up has-been Carson Wentz or Matt Ryan or whoever. I'd take Tom Brady, but so would my wife.
Are we going to show Taylor Swift?
They got to recognize the key lesson from this game. It wasn't that Kirk Cousins got hurt and the Vikings are cursed. They played their best game in years without their best player. They could be a good team if they invest properly in the future.